Hi y'all, my name is Mia Zarnicki and this is my career interview presentation. So if you're someone who's really social but you also like to hold leadership roles, this position might be a really good fit for you. So the position I'm going to be talking about today is Vice President of Sales. So Elliot Burdett, who's a writer for Peak Sales Recruiting, in an article titled Job Description of a Vice President of Sales, published on November 24th, 2014, gives us some general things that you would have to do in this position. And this includes developing strategies and plans for developing business and achieving the company's sales goals, managing a sales team, which includes operations and resources, trying to deliver as much profitable growth as possible. So a large part of your job in this position is problem solving, and your main goal is to find these deals and then find efficient ways to close them. So a typical salary range, as stated by my interviewee, is around $200,000 to $400,000 a year. So the person I interviewed is a woman named Terry Schlather. She leads sales for a technology and financial consulting firm called EPM Intelligence. So EPM Intelligence sells consulting services that improve financial processes. Primarily, they're selling software implementations that have to do with these financial processes. So while Terry has held this Vice President of Sales position for a little over a year, she's been in the sales industry for over 20. So one thing that Terry said in our interview that I learned and was new to me was that to be good at this job, you really have to understand the customer. Because in sales, the customer determines everything. You're on their schedule. You're trying to work as best you can for them. So when asked about recommended degrees for her position, she said that a communications degree might be really beneficial because of the social aspect of sales, and the communication is really important. And also general business degrees, because it's important to know the ins and outs of businesses when you're in top management and vice president positions. So an article on Better Team titled Vice President of Sales Job Description from 2020 writes that obtaining a master's degree in a business-related field may also be advantageous. So Terry advises us to take education recommendations with a grain of salt because herself, she has an undergraduate degree in molecular biology and then another undergraduate degree in analytical chemistry and a master's in molecular biology, which are both things that she says has absolutely nothing to do with anything that she does now. But she also says that the skills that we learn in college are really what is helping her in her position today. So she's saying that skills that you really learn in any degree path, and these include, she said specifically, working with the team, working with the group, and then taking technical information and then presenting it in a way that anyone and everyone can understand. So, and then something that she wishes she knew beforehand when asked, she said that everyone knows sales is really social, but not everyone knows that it's also very detail oriented. Okay, so some discoveries as they pertain to me specifically is that sales is very social and relational, which is why it's so attractive to me. One quote from my interview that really stood out to me is when Terry said that there's something really fulfilling about getting to know someone, understanding their challenges, and then being able to solve their problems. Really, that's what my job is, to build a relationship and to uncover challenges and solve those problems. So if you like problem solving, if you like being able to help other people, that's also a good career path for you. So another discovery in this job is that it has relatively flexible work hours. So your work is not measured by hours you put in, but by how much revenue you can generate. So if you're good at your job, you really can make your own time in your own shifts as is. So that's really attractive to me because I have control over how I would do, and it's like a motivator. So lastly, another thing Terry said that really stood out to me was that she never has the same day twice. So if you're like me and you get bored really easily and you want to stay stimulated rather than doing the same thing every day, you should really look into this position. So, okay, so in conclusion, it's a very social field, but it's also very detail oriented, and if it's not repetitive. So if you want something stimulating and that you have to change, your day-to-day is never going to look the same, this is a position for you. It's also excuse me, you have to do a lot of problem solving in your position, and it is also a high paying position. Sorry about that. And then the recommended degrees, while you do have to take them with a grain of salt, communications or a general business degree, or also depending on what field you're going into, like for example EPM intelligence, it would be beneficial if you knew computer science. So depending on what field you're going to be a sales vice president for, it'd be advantageous to have a major or minor in that. So that concludes my presentation. Here are my sources, and I hope y'all have a great day/night whenever you watch this. Okay, bye.